Hi friends and future self, future me. Today is January 15th, 2021, and it's almost exactly a year since leaving New York City and traveling the world indefinitely was the plan. I wanted to experiment with this vlog format as just something new, despite being very self-conscious, and I want to hide behind my plans. I wanted to keep a video, it's like a video diary, video record of myself and my journey and the art that I create and the art that I want to create, and see month by month how it unfolds. So today I wanted to review my year, 2020, a year in which I traveled to 6 countries and made so much art, and share my intentions for the new year. I left New York City thinking I'd be dancing a lot of tango and just going to different countries and making art from each country, which did happen, minus the tango. I started the year in Europe, and if I were to pick a few words to describe my travels season by season, winter in Europe was like an adventurous prelude. And then the lockdown started and I escaped to Japan during cherry blossom season, which was the most delightful, cocooning monk life. And then I had a hot, chaotic summer in Napoli in Italy, which was a dream and a nightmare. And then I went to Berlin in autumn, which was death and rebirth of the most beautiful kind. My word for this year, for last year, 2020, was devotion to myself and my work. And devotion is like commitment times 1,000, because it's based on pure faith, almost religious faith, having no proof of the thing you're devoted to. And in my case, it was my journey and myself. This past year, I wrote 29 pieces of writing, 165 pages, 40,000 words, which was more than the past 5 years combined. I made 15 short film pieces, which was a new medium for me, a mix of animated drawings and microfilm postcards. I also made some physical art. I carved 4 gourds while I was in Japan. I made 3 clay birds, pressed flower things, pressed flower poems, hanging mobile. I wrote 167 journal posts about the creative process of art and life. I built and launched 2 creative courses, which were both experiments for me, but was just the most nourishing thing. And I say all these numbers, but really it's what matters most to me is the process. And I approached this year with 0 plans and no goals. I only focused on the day-to-day practice and the process, and on sensing the flow of feeling into art, life into art. And it was by far, I think, my best year in a decade. And I'm very lucky and blessed to be able to say that. I also got deep into language learning. I'm learning German, Turkish, and getting back into my mother tongue, Mandarin. My 2021 intentions, 2020 was super inward focused, like the rest of the world, and I really allowed myself to have no expectations around art and money and worth. I quit using social media. I lived and worked like a recluse, and I was completely happy doing that. But I think 2021, this year, I'm ready to represent myself more as an artist in the world, not as an identity, but as a way of being, and to project my energy outwards. So my word of the year is power. And by power, I mean to flow my fullest and to be unapologetic about my own extreme intensity, and in sharing my voice without hesitation. I want to run full speed ahead with my eyes closed. Have you ever done that? I did that once in Tempelhof, And it's like, you don't really need your eyes. As long as you're not running into people, your body knows the way. Your body always knows the way, and that is my mantra for the year. I am imagining that I'll explore a lot more film, animation, visual poems, because it's a condensed version of word, image, movement, sound, as well as more experimental cross-genre stuff, and continuing to deepen my writing practice and building collections of writing, and sharing it. I want to make art like it's breathing, like there's no tomorrow when I make art, and that's how I want to feel all the time. And my big project I'm working on now is a 2020 collection of work. I will turn all of my writing and art into a PDF digital book with a narrative, just connecting the threads from the epic year that was 2020. And I am imagining something really visually rich with minimalist design, something that looks very much like a work in progress, because it is, and something that I'm proud to look back on when I'm old. At the same time, I'll also build out an experimental digital book collection of my year. And by book, I don't even know what a book is. It's like the internet is a book without boundaries, and I want the internet to be a mind space that you can explore and get lost in. So both of those things will be available on my website soon, I hope. The digital book will be free to all of my patrons, and the experimental internet book will just be available for anyone to wander into. So thank you, my dear, dear patrons, for supporting me, for your friendship, and for all of your letters and correspondences and postcards. Money is just a placeholder for value. Well, the money is great. I feed myself for a couple of weeks from that. But more importantly, I think just to not feel alone in this journey, no matter what country I'm in and where I find myself, for my art to be connecting me to you is such a gift. So thank you. And if you'd like to join my patrons program, I will include a link below. And I also have a newsletter that I remind myself to send out. Oh, and a weekly one too that you could sign up for if you'd like to hear from me more often. And future Kining, I hope you still have this spark in your eyes when you're looking at this in 10 years, because I think I'm glowing right now, or maybe it's just the light. This is the last hour of sunlight in Berlin. It's 3:14 p.m. I'm wishing you all well.